Hi, thanks so much for taking the time to view the medical massage and salon application. I'm really excited to show you all of the great features of this scheduling and invoicing application, so let's get started. You're welcome to download the free version and follow along with the link I've posted in the description. This application is comprised of 12 separate screens, including this one, the setup screen. Next, we have an email template screen, which holds 6 email templates. Then we have the appointment types and invoice service items, as well as a staff information page, which holds all of the staff information. And we have then a contact list holding all of the contact data and details, a main sheet, which has a day view, as well as a contact information on the left, a week view screen here, and next we have the reoccurring appointments where we can schedule any type of reoccurring appointment. We also have an invoice screen here. You can manually or automatically create any type of invoice. Then we have an invoice and payments, which holds all of the invoice and payment details, and a contact attachment sheet holding all of the attachments for contacts. And last, we have a report screen, which includes all of the reports that we have in the application. Okay, the first screen you're going to encounter is the setup screen, and this screen, just like all the other screens, includes a show help button. Clicking this will display lots of different helps and features that explains the different sections of the sheet. So each sheet will have this, and hopefully you'll find it helpful. Let's go ahead and schedule the setup detail section. First, we have a scheduled year, and here you can select any year you would like to use for the schedule. You just need to change this once for a year. We also have a scheduled start time. This is the time of your first appointment, as well as the last appointment time, the scheduled time for your last appointment. You can set row intervals to anywhere from 10, 15, 30 minutes, or 1 hour, whichever is your preference. And we also have the option of a waiting list rows. Waiting list rows will appear in yellow, and you can have anywhere from 0 to 3 waiting list rows. Next, we have a display contacts. Some of you may wish to display first name last or last name first. Here you can change that to whichever your preference. We also have a first day of the work week. This will appear on the week view, and so you would just set this to whichever day is your first day of the work week. Next, we have the scheduled days to display. Here you can deselect any days in which you do not schedule appointments. For our purposes, we'll go ahead and select all the days of the week. And next, you'll see we have a referral type. This is quite important when you want to know how your contacts heard about you. Simply type in any referral type you choose, and we'll be able to track that in the report section as well. You can simply just type in a referred contact and delete and change any item you see fit. Also, we have a select contact info to appear in the pop-up comment on the schedule. This is important when you're hovering over a contact in any of the scheduling screens. A pop-up comment will appear displaying specific contact information, such as this. Here you can see we've displayed all the contact information simply by hovering over it. We can then go back to the setup screen and make those changes by unselecting any information we don't want to appear in that pop-up comment. If we try it again, you'll see only the information that we've selected is here. So it can be quite helpful when you want to view information at a glance. We also have the ability to schedule holidays. You can enter any holiday you choose here. Just enter the name and the date within the year, and this day will appear in purple as well as the name above. So it's very easy to view holidays. They're very clear. For now, we'll just leave it as it is. One important feature of this schedule is the ability to add and remove staff very easily. Anywhere from 1 to 4 staff you can have displayed at any time. Simply by unselecting the active, we'll display only those selected. So here we've got 2 staff selected only. As you can see, also on the main and week view, just 2 staff are displayed. When we set this back to active, all 4 staff can be displayed. We can also change the name of any contact for any specific day simply by changing the name, and then updating the staff. We have the ability to change it from the current date on or for the entire year, so you have that built. For now, we'll just go with the entire year. With this scheduling feature, you're able to schedule any staff on any day at any times, and it's completely customizable. We can also schedule a specific staff off for a specific day of the week simply by selecting off. And then you can see on the week view here that that is scheduled for off on that first staff. So it's quite simple. And so we can go ahead and set this back to Dawn Adams. We don't need to schedule off, and we'll just update the staff. So it's very simple. Next, we have payment terms. This is used on invoicing. Payment terms can be set for any number of days on any term name, and we can simply set the default just simply by selecting whichever one we want. So it's quite easy to work with. If we want to add a new staff, simply type in the term name, the number of days, and whether we want it default or not. Next, we have the customer referral rebates. This feature gives you the ability to offer rebates to those contacts who are referring other new contacts. You have a rebate amount as well as a rebate threshold, which is the amount that's required to be billed before the rebate can be offered. We also have a invoice description in which will appear on the invoice when a rebate is applied, when this feature is turned on. Next, we have the custom drop-down list feature. This feature allows you to enter a custom drop-down list name as well as any items within that list. This can be quite helpful if you would like to enter an insurance provider, a preferred service, reported condition, or any other type of drop-down list you may want. We'll go ahead and put in insurance provider, and it's very simple to add. You can just simply type in any name you want here, and they'll be available throughout the application. We also have up to 4 custom fields, which you can enter any type of item you want, such as condition, preferred time, preferred treatment, or any other type of custom field. Once they are changed here, they are then available in every other screen throughout the application. As you can see here, making changes to custom fields 1 through 3 here are then available in the main section here under the custom features, as well as the insurance provider on the right. And then in the contact list, you can see them also. They've been changed here too. So simply saving them in the setup screen changes them throughout the application as well as the invoice screen. You also may want to set your invoice number to the invoice number you are currently using. So simply with this feature, enter the invoice number and then set the set invoice now, and your invoices will be set to start at that specific number. We also offer the ability to enter company lunch breaks with a start and end time, as you can see here. Once they're changed within the setup screen, they're then available in the main sheet here with the grayed out, or in the week view also grayed out here. So it's quite simple to set a lunch time. You may also at times wish to clear the entire schedule, either at the beginning of the year or after testing. You can do this with the Clear Schedule Now button and then clicking Yes. Next, we have the office clinic address. This is helpful when using our mapping feature. So you would enter your address here, zip and postal code, and then automatically set the default to state if you want your new contacts to have a default set to a certain state. This is quite helpful. Browsing for a main folder for attachments will set the specific folder where attachments will go. So we'll go ahead and click Browse for Folder, and then we've already set up a Contact Attachments folder. So click OK, and as you can see, this folder has been set. Our next sheet is the email templates screen. This sheet has 6 different email templates in which we will go through. This screen also has a Show Help button, which you might find helpful. Each email setting has its turn on and turn off button. You can easily turn on or off the email template simply by clicking the button. Our first email is a new contact email template. This template can be sent out to all new contacts when it's turned on. You have the ability to create and display all emails or create and send. Now once this is sent to create and send, the emails will be sent without being displayed at all. This is helpful after you understand the process. For now, we'll keep this on create and display. For this email template, you have the ability to enter the contact first, contact last, or a directions link text inside the email. Wherever you place these specific texts is where the names will actually appear. You can also put it in the subject or the message line, just as we have done here. And I'll show you a sample of this shortly, so it'll be helpful. The directions link is quite helpful, as it will replace the directions link with an actual link for Google Map directions. We also have the ability to attach any file you may want with this new contact email. We'll go ahead and show you a sample of how this works as we go to the main sheet, and we'll go ahead and enter a new contact name. And as you can see, the state or province is already defaulted to CA, which we have set up from the setup screen. So as we create this new contact, we'll go ahead and insert an address here, as well as a city and state, and this can be any city or state globally, so it will work anywhere else. And once we go ahead and save this contact, you'll see automatically we'll get the option to send out a new contact email. We'll go ahead and hit yes, and new email is created with the specific contact information. We have name, last name, and the Google link. And as you can see, the address from the contact's address directly to our location with directions has been displayed here. Next up is our appointment reminder email feature. When this template has been turned on, we have the ability to create and display on click of email reminders, create and send on click of email reminders, or create and send emails automatically daily at a specific time and days before the scheduled appointment. This is quite helpful as they'll be sent out automatically without any buttons to click. We have the ability to enter first name, last name, appointment date, appointment time, and staff all directly within the email subject line or email message. I'll go ahead and show you a sample of how this will work. We'll go ahead and set this to display so that emails are displayed for our sample purposes. From the main sheet, we can go ahead and click the send email reminders button for the date, and as you can see, 4 separate email reminders have been set, all with specific appointment information for the specified appointment, staff, and time and date. So it's quite helpful, and we get a little message that say emails have been sent. Next up, we have the contact referred thank you email. When this feature has been turned on, we have the ability to send out thank you emails to those contacts who are referring other new contacts. This is quite helpful and can include the first name and last name of both the new contact and the referral contact. We'll go ahead and show you how this works by entering a new contact name here, and we can also add in a referred by as well. And once the referred by is selected, a new email will pop up automatically because we have it on display, and this will include all the information that we have set up in the template. It's very simple and easy to use, and it's quite helpful as well. We also have the birthday wish emails. This allows us to send birthday wish emails for those contacts who have birthdays within the selected amount of days, and this can be anywhere from 1 to 7 days before the actual birthday. We can also attach a file such as a birthday card or voucher, and it can include the first name, last name, and birth date as well. Next up, we have the invoice email template. This is the email that will be sent out attached with the invoices, and it can include the first name, last name, invoice date, invoice amount, invoice balance, and invoice numbers. So the emails can be specified exactly as to the information you choose. All we have to do is set up a PDF invoice writer to use, and we're going to use Qt PDF Writer for our purposes, and a folder where we want the PDF invoices to be stored. We already have invoice attachments set up, so we'll go ahead and choose that folder, and as you can see, it's listed here. Now we can just go ahead and show you a sample of how that will work here in the invoice screen. We have an invoice all ready for you. When we click email invoice, a PDF is created, it is automatically attached, and the email includes all the information that we have specified within the template. So it's very simple, very quick, and very easy. Our last email template is the ability to propose available appointment times in an email. This is very helpful when we have multiple times we want to send to a contact so they can choose which time they want. We have the ability to enter the first name, last name, and the times. We can create or send and display the emails. We can show you here how that would work. Simply select a specific contact we want to send them to, and then using the control and the left mouse click, we can select those available times in which we want to propose. So we'll go ahead and select 5 different times here, and then simply click the propose email button there, and as you can see, all the times are listed here along with the first name of the contact as we have set up in the template. It's very easy, very simple as well. So that's how we have that also from the main view as well. Next up, we have the appointment types and invoice service items screen. We have a show help here as well, just like every other screen. We also have the ability to set the background color, the font color, an appointment type abbreviation, the appointment type name, as well as the default duration number of hours, an invoice description, invoice amount, as well as the tax or GST option, and a commission amount if you'd like. Let's go ahead and set up a sample one now. We'll go ahead and put in a follow-up appointment. So this is how we do it. Simply enter a few letters for your abbreviation, as well as the name, and perhaps a default duration in which you would like to send. We'll go ahead and set it up for 1 hour. We can set a background color. We'll go ahead and use dark blue, and we can change the font color for these appointments as well. We'll set it to white. And now we can see how this looks on our main sheet. We'll move over and we'll type in follow-up, and here, as you can see, automatically it's set in blue, and it's very simple, and it's already set for 1 hour based on the default information that we have sent in the prior screen. Going back, we can also change this default hours time, so we can set it for 2 hours, and then if we go back to the main, we can see automatically it's set up for 2 hours. So making a change is very simple, and the change is reflected right away, so it's quite helpful. We can go ahead and put in an invoice description now, and I can show you how that would work. We'll go ahead and put in the invoice description here, as well as an invoice amount. We'll make this taxable, and we can enter a commission amount. Now we can go ahead and create an invoice from this main sheet and see how this invoice description and amounts are displayed. So we'll go to the main sheet, we'll click on that appointment, and then we'll click the create invoice for selected appointment, and automatically a new invoice is created with the invoice service name and description set up here automatically with the correct amount. So it's quite simple. That's it as far as how you do that. And the next, we'll go to the staff list. This is a place where we keep all of our staff and information. Feel free to enter as much or as little staff information as you see fit for your own needs. Staff can be sorted by either the sort by first name or sort by last name button, so it's quite easy to keep your staff organized any which way you'd like, and the full name is automated as well. Our next sheet is the contact sheet, where we have also a show help button, sort by first name and sort by last name buttons. Information can be entered here or with the main sheet. Names, full names are listed either by first name last name or last name first name based on the display contact name setting we have in the setup screen. So when we change this to last first, we can go back to the contact sheet and see that the names are now sorted by last name then first name. For our purposes, we'll go ahead and keep this on a first last name setting. And now back to the contact sheet. We can also clear any filters using the clear filter button if a contact filter has been set. That's pretty much it for the contact sheet. We'll go ahead and move now to the main sheet. And on the main sheet, we have on the left side all the contact information here, and on the right side we have our day view schedule. Selecting any contact within the schedule will display those specific contacts on the left side. So as you can see, when we click on Fred, his information is now displayed on the left, or Mike. It's very easy to display any contact information you may want. Contact information includes first name, last name, and any type of information you may want for your contact, as well as the 4 custom fields and the custom drop-down list that we've set up in the setup screen. Adding items to the drop-down list that are not in the list is very simple. If you find one that you want to add that's not currently in the list, we can just start by simply typing the name in, and then when the option comes up, we'll just click yes on the add new. We do want to add it for the future. So once we've said yes, that name is now available in our list for future use. So it's quite simple. Any changes we make to a contact, the update button will appear automatically. This helps remind us that we do want to save those updates. So making a simple change to the staff, we click update, and then the information box says contact info has been updated. So that's quite helpful. We also have contact notes, where you're free to type in any notes. We'll go ahead and create a new contact in. And we see we have the default CA as a state province. And we'll go ahead and type in Jefferson here. We'll give him an email address and an address, and this way we can demonstrate how a new contact is entered, as well as the referral type and we'll go ahead and add a friend, and we can put in a referred by, and because we have referred by emails turned on, the email will pop up automatically as we have displayed before. And okay, we can go ahead and put in some custom fields if we were to choose, or a custom insurance provider, and simply save the contact, and the new contact has been created. We also have the ability to add attachments for any contact. Attachments can be any type of file, whether it's picture, PDF, or Word document, another Excel. And as you can see, when we added a file, a new folder has already been created for a new contact, and we'll go ahead and select a few items to add as attachments. So we'll go ahead and add a picture. We can add a PDF document as well, so I can demonstrate the use of adding attachments for this specific contact. Once attachments are added, simply clicking on the line will display an image preview if it's a picture. So it's very easy. We can also open the file if we choose, simply by selecting it and opening the file. Selecting the View All button will take us to the attachment sheets with our selected contact filtered already. Clearing the filter will show all attachments for all contacts. Next up, we have the invoice and payment history information. This will display all of the invoice and payment history for the selected contact. And here we can either display the invoice amount and balance, or even enter a payment amount if we do choose. Once that's done, the invoice and payment note will come up, so that's showing that that's been updated. We can also view the invoice simply by selecting the item and clicking the View Invoice button, as you can see here. If we were to click the View Payments, it will take us to the Payments and Invoice and Payment screen with our selected contract already filtered. Clearing the filter will show all invoice and payments. Displaying contact information can also be done through the top field here. By typing in just a few letters of the word, the name will come up. In this specific case, we have referred by Mary Smith. Now I'd like to show you how the rebates are offered. So let's go ahead and go to the setup screen where we have customer referral rebates already turned on. We have a rebate amount of $50 and a threshold of $100, as well as invoice description. Now when we select Mary, we can see that she doesn't have any invoices as of yet, so we can't redeem a rebate. We'll go ahead and create an invoice for her. Selecting her name and clicking the Create Invoice for Selected Appointments will create the invoice that we're looking for. We'll just go ahead and save and update that invoice, and then when we return back to Mary's profile in the main scene, we will see the invoice here listed here. Now we can go ahead and select it and click the Redeem Rebate, and the rebate has already been applied, bringing down the invoice amount by $50, the rebate amount. Once we go back to view the invoice, we can see the referral rebate details, including the description and amount, has already been added to the invoice and saved. On the right side of the main sheet, it includes a day view schedule. Using the previous and next day buttons, we can navigate to specific days if we like. We also have the ability to change specific staff within a day, or schedule a staff as off simply by using the drop down list and selecting them from there. For right now, we'll go ahead and leave it as Don Adams. We also have the ability to change the duration of any specified appointment by right-clicking the appointment and clicking Change Duration, which will give us a pop-up where we can choose from a list of any duration we want. We also have the same ability by using the button here, Change Appointment Duration. It gives us the same functionality. As mentioned earlier, we also have the ability to send out an email and propose selected times in that email using this button. Again, as on the week view, we can hold the control button as well as the single click and select the various times, then click the propose selected times, and it will create that email with all of these selected times. So it's very easy to use. We have a mini calendar in which you would like to select dates. You can, using the previous or next month buttons, you can go to a specific month, or using the drop down list, you can select any month to view as well. We also have a summary of the appointment type totals here as we create different appointment types throughout any staff on schedule. These totals and the graph will be updated automatically. So it's very simple to see where you are on the specific day. When reminder emails have been sent, you'll see a little icon here with a green check mark. That means reminder emails have been sent. If not, the green check mark is missing. So you can easily see when reminder emails have been sent or not for a specific day. That's pretty much it for the main sheet. Next, we'll move on to the week view sheet. Here we have a date field where we have a pop-up calendar where we can enter any day for a selected week, or we can choose for a specific month. The number of staff listed above here are directly related to the setup screen settings that we have set. So if we were to go back to the setup screen and only have 2 staff active, then come back to the week view, we can see we're only displaying 2 staff. We also have the ability to use previous and next week buttons to easily navigate between weeks. We can filter out staff using the select staff to display. By selecting a staff, we'll display just the staff we have selected, or going back to all staff will display all of the staff. Just as we showed you in the main screen, you can also change the duration of any appointment here, either with the right click or button functionality. We can also email the schedule. Clicking the email schedule will put a picture of the email within the body of the email. So this is quite helpful when you want to email specific staff their schedules. That's it for the week view. The next screen I'd like to show you is the recurring appointments feature. This screen allows us to enter any type of recurring appointments at almost any frequency. We'll go ahead and enter a sample appointment here. We'll enter a name, a starting date, as well as an appointment time, a staff we want to assign, and the staff is based on the day of the week and starting date, as well as an appointment type and the number of recurring appointments that we want to enter. We'll select a frequency. For right now, we'll do every week on Mondays, and then all we have to do is click Add to Schedule. Once added to the schedule, a line will be entered on the top of the table here, and that will display all of the information for the recurring appointments. Once completed, we also have the ability to go back and edit. Let's say we want to change the time of this. We can click the yellow pencil, edit it, and then we can just update the time to 6:15. Clicking update will update all of those recurring appointments after the current date, so that way previous appointments are not affected. We can delete this as well. We can delete any future appointments by clicking on the red X, clicking delete, and saying OK. That's pretty much it for the recurring appointments. Next, we'll go ahead and move on to the invoice screen. Here in the invoice screen, we have a lot of functionality as well as a show help button. We have the ability to customize the invoice as we see fit. We can select or unselect terms, due date, or any other type of information that we want to appear or not appear on the invoice. So it's a very customizable. Based on the custom field settings we did in the setup screen, we have our 3 custom fields here, as well as our custom drop-down list here. So those can be displayed or hidden on our invoice as well. Again, we have our custom drop-down list, so if we'd like to enter a new item, just like we've done in the main screen, we can enter a new item from here as well. So there's a lot of functionality even on this invoice. Next, I'd like to show you how we enter items. Just by selecting or even start typing in the item, it will show up, as well as the default quantity and amount. The footer of the invoice also includes a completely customizable notes section, as well as subtotal, tax, if selected, invoice, payments, and total due. Why don't we go ahead and create a new invoice? We can create one manually as well. On the bill to information, we just start typing in the customer name here, and the rest of his address and information will show up automatically. A service item here, single treatment as well, and we can also add a tax manually if we like as well. Save and update that invoice, and it's saved. We can go previous if we want to view that invoice again, as well as enter a specific invoice number to view a specific invoice in the search box. We can also email this invoice as a PDF as we displayed earlier. It's automated, and the invoice is attached automatically in PDF format. So it's very simple, and here's what the invoice would look like in PDF format. Customizing this invoice to your specific business needs is very easy. We can add a logo by clicking the Add Logo button here, and we can select any logo, and then we can resize the logo if we need as well. We can also change the name of the company just by typing in the cell here, as well as the cells below, so you can customize it to whatever business information you would like to have displayed here. Creating professional invoices can be done very quickly and easily. Okay, we can show you how to enter payments through the invoice screen as well. Select an invoice and just update the payment information, and that's it. Next up, we have the invoice and payment screen. Here we have a show help button as well, and a field in which we can enter a contact name to filter out all other invoices, displaying only those by the selected contact. Clearing the filter will show them all again. We can select any line and click show invoice to display the invoice, as well as a hide paid, which will hide all the paid, showing only those with balances. That's pretty much it for the invoice and payment screen. Next, we have up the contact attachment screens. As seen earlier, again, entering any contact name here will display only those attachments for the selected contact. We can select a line, open the attachment, and the specific attachment will open. We can also delete any selected file if we choose from here as well. The contact is quite simple. Last, we have the report screen. We have 9 reports here, in which a single selection on the left menu will display the report on the right. We have a lot of functionality in this. We can email reports, or we can select from the month on certain reports if we want to display only a specific month, as you can see here. We have commissions earned for staff profitability on this report. If we want to email this report, just click the email report, and the report will be placed in the body of the email. We also have scheduled visits by appointment type, along with a graph here, an outstanding balance report, staff commission reports. Here we can change by selected staff, select any staff, as well as select any month, and all of the invoices for that staff on the selected month will be displayed. We also have the ability to display total invoiced and total commission for the selected details. We also have invoice appointments by type and service. Selecting a month will display all of the invoice staff appointments by type for that month. And lastly, we have the total sales by refer chart. This is important when you want to know how many sales you're generating from a specific referrer. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this video. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or a PM, and I look forward to your comments and feedback. Thank you.